Hello, mommies. Let's go live. Let's go live. Hi, Kanika. Thank you. Let's connect. Hi, Nikhil. Okay, so today's topic is for all mommies. I think new mommies or who all has baby for 2.5 years. Yeah. Hello. Hello, Arshi. Let's join. Okay. So I'll invite you. Okay. So just let's let's connect, Arushi. Are you getting the request? Hello. I think that's some hi, love. Arushi. Wait. I think I'm not able to connect you. Arushi, you have to accept the request I sent to you. See, just check. You are unable to join. Okay, let me send you. Okay. Sorry, guys. Arushi, I think you're able to join this try it again. Yeah. Okay. Accept. Great. Glad.
Hi, and I'm so sorry for all the technical glitches.
No problem. I know. I understand. You can see my mascara. It's upside down. So yeah, it's all because we are mommies. It happens.
Yeah, actually.
Okay. So last time I made mistake that I was busy. Today you are. So it's okay.
I
Yeah. Let's
know
go.
motherhood can be crazy, but thank you for everybody for waiting and bearing with us. I hope we can add value to you for this session.
Great. Let's go ahead. Everybody's waiting, I guess. They must have many questions. The topic is, very good topic we chose. So I think they have many questions regarding this.
Great. Let's get started.
Yeah. So first, I want to ask you something before anything. So our topic is myths versus facts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So today's generation has the higher point which I'm gonna ask. Like my friends are like, you're still eating that thing like broccoli or like cabbage, like stuff which make baby's tummy gaseous and stuff, right? Even my mommy
Yeah.
kept saying. So are these really matter? Because I had started everything eating because I can't stop myself when I see few things, and I know because of those things maybe my baby's tummy will ache, so I just use things for her tummy ache and I just eat. I don't think I think maybe she will not suffer. It's just a mentality. So you tell me what to do, like what things
Yeah.
we should eat or not.
Correct. So the thing is that it's not completely a myth that what you eat does not affect the child. It definitely does, especially in the initial few days. And the reason is that the child's gut is very.
Hello. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm getting.
Yeah. So the child's gut is very immature in the first few days. So whatever the mother eats, a part of it, especially a protein or a part of it enters the milk, that can cause irritation in the baby's gut. So having
I
said that, that does not Yeah. So that just means that if you're eating food which is causing you trouble, like, if you're eating cabbage or if you're eating legumes like rajma or anything which is difficult to digest for you, will eventually affect the child. So that's the thumb rule to know that if it will affect the baby or not.
Actually, I had Rajma today only, and I thought ki she's cranky because of those beans, and I thought maybe this is my myth, but I think it happens.
Yes. So as the baby grows, slowly and steadily, you can start eating everything, and then nothing will cause any kind of irritation. So just slow, and on the contrary, if you are eating everything, then the child's palate. So that's another advantage of breastfeeding. It develops for solids also. So if whatever you're eating, a part of
Hmm.
it, the taste goes into breast milk. So after a point, when after 6 months you introduce solids, then it
Hmm.
becomes very easy for mothers to start giving food, because then they accept it very easily. They are not a fussy eater.
I see. Okay, so then my baby will not bother me, I guess, because
No,
I'm
no,
going
no.
to.
Definitely.
Okay. So are these things
Yeah.
matter according to months? Ki starting period maybe we should not eat, and later we can have after 3 months or something.
Yes.
Is
So
there any
slowly.
guideline you tell me?
Yeah, so 40 days is generally what we look at, because your body is also recovering, right? So if your metabolism is slow, it will affect your child's metabolism also. So, I always say that even though you and your child are no more a unit, still, you are connected. So whatever will affect you will also affect your child, which is not just food, but also stress levels and your mental health and how you are feeling. So and slowly and steadily, after you have recovered, because birthing is a process which is a very delicate process, and it's always said that the mother's body also sort of goes through a new birth. So everything that you do has to be delicate for both of you. And after slowly and steadily you start introducing, like if you want to have rajmas, have like half a katori than the whole meal, and then you can increase the quantity if you see that it is suiting your baby. And post, like by
Hmm.
3 months, you can easily eat everything you want.
Okay. So, Arshi, I have started exercise as well. It's past a week, 2 weeks ago, I guess. So, I'm thinking maybe this something which is not good for my baby, because everybody's like, थोड़ा wait कर लो. अभी तुम इतनी जल्दी क्या है? थोड़ा महीने तो रुक जाओ. अभी तुम्हारा बेबी तुम्हारा feed ले रहा है. So I'm thinking कि ठीक है रुक जाती हूँ. Then I'm thinking कि I'll become lazy after a period.
Yeah.
When you think ना, yeah,
Yeah.
अब chill, up, eat everything. But I'm
Correct.
starting ki this is the stage I'm thinking ki no, Ekta, avoid these things, no potatoes, no rice, like stuff. But I have started the diet ki chapati jitni lena hai, quantity vegetables kitni lena hai and stuff. So what do you think the exercises and my not extreme level diet, but yeah, the control part I have handled. So
Yeah.
do you think it's okay for me, or I should wait
So the
for
rule is
more?
that your target should not be losing too much of weight. So if you're losing more than 2 pounds a week, that will lead to a dip in your supply. And naturally, breastfeeding leads to loss of weight, because it takes about 500 extra calories to make milk.
Okay.
And yeah, and it is burning your own fat stores. So during pregnancy, all the weight you have put on was technically to be able to make milk. So all that fat stores will be burned to make milk.
Okay, is there something particular which I should eat, should not avoid, so my baby can take more advantage of my breastfeeding, कि यार ये तो मुझे I should not avoid almonds. अच्छा, okay,
Yeah.
one more thing. I left drinking milk. I'm being honest with you, because it doesn't suit me. I think I started coughing because of those things. So I started shake 2 days back because I left milk a month ago. So, do you think I should start having milk again, or? Yeah,
No.
thank you.
So
Great.
it's a myth कि दूध से दूध बनता है. That doesn't happen. So
Okay.
especially on the contrary, the new thing is that cow's milk is the biggest allergen. So if the child is gassy, or the child is fussy, the first thing we tell the mothers is to start avoiding cow milk and milk products, because dairy has been the biggest reason to cause any kind of discomfort in the baby's gut.
Okay. Nice. So if I'm having curd or buttermilk, it's fine instead of having milk, right?
Yes, yes. So if it's not suiting you, most likely it will not suit the baby also. So there's no such compulsion कि आपको दूध पीना जरूरी है lactate. That's a myth. Like that's 100% a myth.
Or is there a particular or more stuff I should eat? Because everybody thinks कि मैं तो 6 महीने ही feed कराऊंगी और stuff. For me, there's no deadline because I fed my baby for 1.5 years. So I was like, at least I will do this. Yeah, for
Yeah,
me, it's
yeah,
like it's so easy to do because after 6 months she'll have started eating food. She'll start eating food. So for
yeah,
me, the time duration will be less. So I'm okay
yeah,
with it. Instead of
yeah.
just say कि अब done हो गया types.
But that's a
So
great way of looking at things. So yes, adding to that, see, fat is the most variable component in the milk, and eating right kind of fat leads to a good fat profile in the breast milk. So having said that, if you're eating too much of junk food, like your burgers and fries, which has saturated fat, then that enters the milk, which can so you are giving that kind of fat to the baby. But if you're eating good fat, which is like ghee or coconut or like flax seeds, like all kinds of seeds, canola oil, so these have good essential fatty acids. So eating good fat is very, very crucial because that changes the profile of the breast milk.
I see. So, like initially, the mommies get discomfort to feed their babies. They don't know how to do the positions. The way there are many positions to feed babies.
Yes.
So, what to do for those moms? Like, is there any particular thing we can do? कि mommies को comfort भी हो like अच्छा doctor said no, don't feed the baby while lying down. Lie down. Yeah, so I did, but because that time I was
Absolutely.
having a severe ache.
Backache.
So I was not comfortable to feed my baby, and I like the way every time my massage auntie and my few
Yeah.
aunties who
Yeah.
has ever visited, they were like
Yeah.
don't feed like that, and still I'm doing that because
Yeah.
I'm not able to handle that ache. So I'm
It's
okay with it.
absolutely safe. So, like just to again explain, whether you're holding the baby like this or whether you're lying down, the child's position is not changing. It's your position which is changing because the
Yeah.
baby is being held horizontal. So you are just sitting right now you're lying down. So child is horizontal only,
Look,
So
but they are not able to digest or they are not able to drink well. Something.
no. So only in the initial days, especially for a first time mother, I don't recommend lying down till they get comfortable in holding their child,
And initially,
because
the milk lactation is also overflow. So maybe
may or may not be, the flow is not a problem. So कान में दूध नहीं जाता. I think that is people's biggest concern कि when your baby is having, the milk can go in the ear, but that's not the case because when you are sucking, the ear pads shut, so the milk doesn't enter the ears. The only concern is that in the beginning, when you are not sure of how to hold the baby and you can't see the baby, then you don't know if the latch is proper, if the baby is taking enough, if the child has slept, or if the child is still sucking. So even when you want, you can easily breastfeed in the initial days, but make sure that you have some kind of supervision, like somebody is overlooking, there is some kind of assistance. That is something which is very, very important.
okay. So I'm using a particular breastfeeding pillow. The pillow is like a U shape, and in beginning when I was like baby ko, I was not able to handle to feed cramp. It's way impossible for me. So I used to use that pillow, and okay, there was a position football position. Yes. So I took that, and I'm okay with it. So is there a particular brand or is there a particular pillow that we should use, or it's okay?
Not at all. So breastfeeding pillow is not a must, but and it is, again, if you must have realized, only for the initial few days. Post that, there is not much of a use. So everybody is free to use normal pillows. If they are comfortable with breastfeeding pillows, they can go with that.
Okay,
Which
actually,
is
there's a
totally okay.
question.
Yeah.
I started formula milk through feeding waters as I was producing less milk, which was not sufficient for the baby. But now baby refuses to latch. Any suggestions?
See, firstly, the age of the child, I would know to be able to guide. But for all the mothers and whose kids are not latching, the very good go-to tool is skin-to-skin contact. and for that age is really not a matter of fact. So when I say skin to skin contact, why am I saying is that children, they forget to suck. So sucking is something they learn in the uterus and they come. But because of all the medical intervention and the mother-child separation, they forget. So when you put the child on your skin, it's like rebooting their system, like how we restart the system, and they suddenly
Baby,
remember.
Arshi, baby is 6 week old.
Yeah, so it's very much possible. Don't get disheartened. It's not too late for the baby to start latching. Start doing skin to skin contact for at least 30 minutes a day, and you will see that the baby is self attaching, and it will help in establishing breastfeeding.
Okay, Arshi, I tried, not started, for the bottle stuff. Ki kahin bahar, when I go for the collaboration, I have to, keep two people around me ki wo baby ko sula de, and then I go in a corner or in a car and I shut the, glasses and I just feed her, and then I go back for the collaboration stuff. I'm just telling you this bluntly. So I thought ki let's start bottle ki just pump out the milk and feed. There's nothing formula wala bhi as well. So then she didn't pick, and I left that idea. So I'm thinking ki it's okay now, don't try. Maybe I'm lazy or I'm being lazy, I don't know.
No, so children are much more intelligent than we think they are, because they know what is right thing for them. So bottles do no good. And trust me, for all the people who think कि अच्छा बच्चा अभी bottle नहीं लेगा तो बाद में भी नहीं लेगा, doesn't work like that. So children who are breastfeeding and who are comfortable with breastfeeding will most likely refuse bottles at any stage offered. So it's an unnecessary exercise that you're putting on yourself to try to feed the baby with the bottle, because most likely he or she will not take it.
I tried 3 brands,
Yeah.
according the shape, according the, I'm telling you, I tried all. I just feed and I just tried while feeding her. I just put in her mouth. She cried. Still, I tried. My heart was that strong that time, but she didn't pick. Then I left, and the bottles are
Please
the
don't.
squeeze.
And trust me, it's so much easier to feed the baby on the go, because to carry one bottle, you have to make sure that you're pumping, you have to make sure that the milk is at the right temperature, the bottles are sterilized, you're feeding the baby in the right way. So actually you feel that, oh, bottle feeding is convenient for me, but technically it's so much easier to just go in the corner and it will take you 10 minutes, feed the baby, and then you're back to your work. So I feel that's like anytime food, everywhere food. So just get comfortable with feeding, and it makes your life so much more easier.
Yeah, now I'm comfortable. Earlier, I was like, कि कहाँ feed करूँ? Shut the glass. I was that much hyper कि I used to tell my husband, आपने यहाँ पे shirt cover नहीं लगाया, आपने ये नहीं किया. Don't you remember? Now I'm mother of 2. Don't you know? And now I feel like कि ठीक है, just take your, the apron stuff, the feeding cover, and just chill.
Yes. So if
This is
you
natural.
mothers, are comfortable with feeding in public with your nursing apron, eventually people will stop judging you. So because it's something which is very natural, it's something which is the right of the baby. And in that moment, if you're worried to find a close corner, then it becomes very difficult. So it's like we are advocating to be okay, that a mother should be okay to feed in public also. And eventually, when every mother is doing that, people will stop judging, because that will become the new normal. Right now, because हम ही डरते, हम ही इतना सोचते हैं, तो nobody is comfortable.
It's all up to our thinking.
Yes.
We are thinking, the people are thinking this, what we are thinking. This is the fun guy. Yeah, Aisha, one more question. Is it safe to pump your milk? And if yes, then how long you can keep your milk out at room temperature, and whatever we can keep your milk in the refrigerator?
Right. So I generally tell the mothers the rule of 3. So 3 hours in room temperature, 3 days in the refrigerator, and 3 months in the freezer.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay, like this live session is good for me. Okay, done. Okay, just write down and message me, please. I just want to keep this in my mind.
Definitely.
Okay, there was one more thing that one of my friend, a very good friend, said, that I never had milk, not even once postpartum. So my God, this is sad, but we should not think much ki I didn't feed my baby. I'm a bad mom, or just don't hurt yourself from inside.
Definitely. See, it's possible that a lot of times the term is lactation failure, but we need to dig deep that was it because what is the root cause. But otherwise also, please, I'm just to the mom that don't judge yourself whether you feed or you don't feed. For you, for your child, you are the world, you are no less a mother. So just, it's okay, it's absolutely okay.
Yeah, Arshi, one more question. The baby is 6 weeks old. Now my supply is established. Have been giving 5 times 60 ml NAN. Post my feed when baby was crying initially. Now baby is content after feed. How do I drop that?
Sorry, I missed the last part. So basically, the baby is not satisfied post the feed. Is that the
Now
question?
baby is content after feed. Yeah. How do I drop that?
The top feed part, right?
Yeah, 60 ml NAN. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think you need to see that why is the baby not satisfied after the feed, because most likely it's a shallow latch. So if the child is not latched on well, they're not able to draw enough milk from the breast, right? So first just check that your latch is well. That's the first step to know. And once that gets better, over a period, the baby will start taking well, and then the top feed quantity will go down.
Okay. So is bottle feeding good for baby? Can spoons, sippers be used instead?
Yes, definitely. So bottle feeding does no good. Humans are made to suck at the breast. If you bottle feed your entire structure, because in our culture, just to make the baby look good, हम बहुत सारी चीजें करते हैं ना. The grandmoms, they pull the nose or they put kajal so that the child comes out pretty. But they forget that if the child is feeding on the bottle, their entire lower face structure gets spoiled.
I
And they
do.
have, yeah. It's
God, that's
very
cute.
very natural to happen, but then your entire this structure gets spoiled because different muscles are used when you're breastfeeding and different muscles are used when you're bottling.
Point. So, my baby's nose is not like what we call the in
Pointed.
shape, I feel. Yeah, the pointed
Pointed.
one. So, everybody was like, everybody, whenever a person sees her first time, they were like, nose ko massage ke time, is
Take
posture
it
mein rub
slow.
karo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried, but I think it's not working.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work. These are all just
Okay.
you to satisfy your own self. Ki, oh, we did something. Certain things, genetics is a very very strong parameter, and a lot is goes accordingly. So especially again now that we put this, especially when it comes to how your child looks. So every mother wants that Johnson baby, fat, chubby. And if the children are lean, they start getting worried that is my child having enough? Or probably I should shift to top feed. So that's again a myth. How your child is looking does not show if he or she is healthy. And on the contrary, very fat children or very chubby kids are prone to obesity later on. So a lot of
Hmm.
times genetically their structure is lean, so please spare them, don't judge them, or don't be after their life or feeding them food that why are they not putting on, and why are they not nice and chubby. If they have to be, they will be, but if they're not, stay happy with them.
Okay, so there are many questions, Arshi. My baby hates nursing Afrin, and now I have mastered the art of feeding in public without that. Great job, little cherry mom, and amazing session, Ekta and Arushi. Great. Okay, there's one more question. Should we bring the milk stored in refrigerator to room temperature or heat it before feeding the baby?
No.
No, right? Yeah.
No. So you never heat the milk directly on gas or in the microwave. It always has to be thawed. That means that you use another, like a double boiler. You use a vessel with hot water, not boiling water, and dip the milk in that. So then you can bring it.
Hmm.
If the milk is chilled, but room temperature milk can be fed to the baby. It need not be warm.
Okay, okay. A COVID positive mother can feed her 2 months baby, right?
Yes,
Yes, I have
absolutely.
heard.
And
Yeah.
please do, because it's a natural way of vaccinating your child.
And I remember that baby is a, as my friend said, the baby is a carrier. If you are positive, the baby will not. But if the another person will carry the baby, they can be infected. Is it right?
No, so basically, why we are insisting on feeding is that most likely, if the mother is COVID positive, the child is also positive. So it's like आपने बीमारी तो दे दी पर दवाई नहीं दी. So when you're
Hmm.
feeding the baby, the antibodies which are made in your body against the virus, it goes to the baby. So now when we say that the child has the COVID shield, is because now the child has those antibodies. So now if the baby is infected again from any other person, he or she can fight it because now they have the antibodies. So that's why it becomes more imperative that you feed your child when you're COVID positive, because we need to give them that shield, we need to give them that medicine which will help them, in the long run.
Okay, so there are two questions. No, not two. The same two questions are how to know if my baby is full. Same here. Yeah. When they start avoiding, right? The
No, so
milk when they leave, maybe.
So the first rule is the child needs to release the breast on his or her own. If the child has slept with the breast in the mouth, the most likely reason is he or she hasn't taken enough. So first, releasing of the breast on their own is very crucial. Second, their pee count. So child needs to pee at least 6 to 7 times a day.
Okay.
So that's an indicator
Counting.
that she or he is getting enough milk. So that becomes very, very important.
Okay, nice point, Arshi. I think, yeah, I wish we could have done this session when I was pregnant. So, the calculator will be in my hand all the time. Okay, so I have one more. Initially, I started giving from second. Oh, no, no. So after 1 year also, if baby start bottle, then two, baby face structure will affect.
Yes, yes. And it's really not recommended to start a bottle after a year, because weaning the baby off the bottle will become more difficult. And generally, when mothers give bottles, then the child has a habit to sleep with the bottle, at the night, matlab before. So that leads to dental caries. So जब उनके दांत बनेंगे, तब वो सब खराब होंगे. So it's
Okay,
very
remember.
crucial. Yeah. So please, no bottles as much as you can avoid. And especially after a year when the child is on solids, you have no reason to introduce bottles. Please don't do that.
Okay, Arshi, one more. When should we ideally pump the milk?
See, firstly, you need to know why you are pumping. It's not a necessity. So, like as Ekta said, if she's stepping out for work, then you will have to figure out that you need for the 6 p.m. feed. So accordingly, you will have to schedule. When you are pumping, there is you can do it the way you want. There is not much of a rules that you have to follow there. So just do it whenever you're feeling full. Generally, the first feed of the day is good quantity. So pump one side of the breast and offer the other to the child. So that way you have the stash for whenever you need it, right? So that's a good,
Okay.
yeah.
Isn't it tough to do?
No, in the morning, generally this milk, the first, when I say the first feed is when you wake up to brush. So that time your breasts are full, and even if the child takes one side of the breast. I don't think they take both the breast. So then you can pump the other breast. You will still get a good quantity for the next feed whenever you need to use it.
Yes, Neha, along with direct breastfeeding, she's asking what's the best time to pump in order to replace or drop formula feed?
There is no best time.
Along with direct breastfeeding.
So it's only generally that you either feed the baby one side and pump the other side. There is no minimum or maximum time, because your breast is not like inventory or like a warehouse कि वो empty हो जाता है पूरा. So your breast is never 100% empty. Even if the child has taken milk, you still have milk in the breast. So you can
Yeah, there's
still
a
pump.
3 stage, right, Arushi? Milk. First is water, second is thick, third is fat, right?
So generally it's two. We call it hind and fore milk. So the
Okay.
fore milk is high on water, and the hind milk is high on fat. So that does not mean that fore milk is not important. It is high in antibodies, but it's the hind milk which is rich in fat, which will help in baby gaining weight. So that's why you have to empty one breast completely before you offer the other. That is very, very important.
Yeah, like one by one. If you're feeding now from the right one, you should switch after some time or maybe next time, right?
Yeah. So if the child
Yeah.
is still hungry, you can offer the left side. But next time when you start feeding, start from the left.
Okay. So one more. If the baby sleeps 6 hours at night, should I wake him up and feed?
Age and the weight of the child is very important to decide this. And if the child is growing fine, peeing fine, then this could be the feeding pattern for this child. Generally, the thumb rule is कि जितना बच्चे का weight है, उतना एक one long stretch they can go. So the child is 4.5 kilos, then the child can sleep for 4.5, 5 kilos at one stretch. So then you can gauge where you are standing.
Okay. Can we mix the milk which is pumped at different times? I
No.
guess no. Yeah, definitely. Big no.
So
Because you
basically,
don't know. Oh, yeah.
yeah, it's the temperature. So you can mix the batches if they're at the same temperature. So if you have left it in the room temperature, within 3 hours, you can mix it. Otherwise, if you have put it in the refrigerator, so then you refrigerate both the milks. Once they're at the same temperature, then you can mix. So mixing at different temperature is harmful. It's because the composition is okay, that can be mixed, but the temperatures can't be mixed. So make sure that you bring them to the same temperature and then mix.
Okay, so one more, Arushi. Can we mix the milk which no. Generally, after the child takes the feed a lot of time, the child sleeps without taking the burp. Is it normal? I think after 4 months it's fine, right?
So burping means वो डकार की आवाज आना is not important. You know, that is not what burping is. Burping means that you're putting the child upright and you're patting the child's back. So
For
if
how long?
say about 5-7 minutes, and
Okay.
if the child has any, like, you know, if the child has inhaled too much gas molecules, then they will release it. So a lot of times mothers confuse burping with that noise. So until unless they don't hear the sound, they feel that, oh, you know, the child hasn't taken enough milk. So that has nothing to do with the sound. You know, what is crucial is keeping the child upright so that whatever the milk the child takes, that goes down and the child is settled. And then they don't spit it out when you put them down to sleep. So keeping the baby upright is important. The burping noise is not a necessity.
But still, we should keep at least for 5 to 7 minutes. That the
Yes.
sound wanted to come, it will come.
Yes, yes. So don't be worried about that sound. That's not a necessity.
Okay, I have lumps in my breast due to which I am less in supply. Any suggestions, ma'am?
Lumps is majorly because of ineffective milk removal. Get your latch checked and start removing milk because the child is not drawing enough milk. Milk is in the breast, which is causing lumps. So please make sure that you are, speaking to some professional, because if you allow the lumps to be in the breast, it will cause further issue problems.
And even because of lumps, the baby will not able to drink it because the
Yeah.
speed, the baby will keep crying because of these lumps. I remember this happened with
On the
me.
contrary, I would suggest keep offering the same breast, because as the child sucks, the lumps will get, they'll get released. So keep offering that breast so that wo milk nikale. It's the milk stasis, that milk in the breast, that causes problem. And you don't have a low supply, because if you had a low supply, you wouldn't have had lumps. So these two things don't go together. So don't have a mind block towards the supply. Work on removing the lumps. That is crucial.
But we have to take out Arshi, I guess, because
Yes.
even if you're offering 4, 5 times, the babies keep crying and the baby's still hungry, not able
Yeah.
to drink. The
Yeah.
many points are there. You have to pump it out.
Yes. So you
And
have
after
to
that,
remove the milk. Like, that is the key. Either the child takes it. If the child is unable to take it, then you have to pump it.
because I have experienced this thing still like 5 days back. If my baby's crying and she's hungry this at the same time, and I have to pump out as soon as I pump it out, and she drinks as well and she sleeps
Oh.
because she was not able to latch. I don't know, maybe the speed of the milk, she's not able to drink it. Something maybe.
It is because of the lumps, the breast gets really hard. So every time the child latches, he or she slips from the breast. That's the reason why the child is not able to take. So if the child is not taking, then remove the milk and then offer again.
Okay, so Komal, Arshi's like you have to pump it out. There's many machines comes. Do two types of machines. One is the automatic one, and one is hand machine. So you can use that to take the milk out. Okay. Okay. How can we increase the milk supply?
Removing milk. कुछ भी
No.
खा
How
लो
can?
पी लो.
Yeah. No. How can we increase the milk supply?
Yes. So it's a demand and supply game. So the more the milk is getting removed, the more milk is getting made. That is bottom line. So a lot of times mothers think that if we pop medicine or if we eat a lot of different kind of food, that will lead to increasing of the supply. Yes, it will, but it is only 50% work done.
Okay,
So,
but Arushi, my experience is that whenever I eat Atika halwa or khichdi with ghee, see, I'm saying whatever I felt in these months, so the lactation becomes good. So I feel ki, arey yaar, shit, main to khichdi khai thi, I have to pump it out.
so
So Try.
But you are feeding the baby, right? You are feeding the baby every 1.5 or 2 hours, or you're feeding the baby on demand, right? Like there
Yeah.
hasn't been any change in the feeding pattern. So all the food and all the medication only supports if there is removal of milk. So you can, for you, if khichdi and atika halwa works, it's excellent and it's absolutely right, there's nothing wrong in it. But only having khichdi and atika halwa and not removing milk will not lead to a boost in your supply. So you
So there's
have to feed.
something we should eat. I think she wanted to ask this.
Eating
Something
seeds,
particular.
in our Indian food, you have cumin seeds, jeera, methi dana, fenugreek seeds, fennel, soft. These three are very important galactagogues. So if you eat them consistently over a period, it should help you boost your supply.
Okay. At times, the child starts crying while taking the feed. Any particular reason behind it? I
It could
think
be,
that
yeah.
tummy ache.
It could be anything. Either it is a too slow let down, too fast let down, or the child is gassy, or the child is not comfortable when you're holding the baby, or there's an infection in the breast because of which the breast milk becomes salty. So it could be any reason. So please meet someone or consult a specialist to know what is the underlying cause, because there is no one reason why a child refuses the breast.
What I feel is, I think that stomach is the major problem. So that time you can put hing, just
Yeah.
mix the hing in water and just apply it. It
In
works.
the
And also I use Mama Earth ka tummy roll,
tummy roll, yeah,
which
yeah,
is
yeah.
very good.
Yeah, even
Yeah,
I use
so you
that.
can do that.
Correct.
Okay. Thank you. How to remove lumps? Okay, Komal, I said many times there's a pump, two types of pumps. You can use pumps and you can DM me. I will share link with you. Okay, there was one more question I missed. Slavi session. Thank you. Three for us. For how long? Again, okay, this questions came at more than 4 5 times again. So in short, please answer her. For how long we can keep pumped milk? Please, because this is a very good thing I got to know from you.
So it's the rule of 3 hours in room temperature, 3 days in fridge, which is a normal fridge, and 3 months for in the freezer.
Okay. Till which month should the baby breastfeed minimum?
6 months of exclusive breastfeeding. I would suggest at least a year, and according to the to WHO, it's 2.5 years of the child's life.
2.5 year. Okay, I have a question, Arushi, now because they are done. If someone is feeding their kid for around 2.5 years and the baby is not having the solid food, so this is maybe because of the breast milk she's, or maybe the baby is dependent all that breast milk that she's not able to have solid, maybe.
No. So basically, after 6 months, that's the reason why we introduce solids, because breast milk is not enough for the child's growth. After 6 months, when the child starts to grow, they need that additional calories, and that's why they naturally will be hungry. So
But the baby is not eating then, like the
so
baby is avoiding food.
So you need to know why. Sometimes aversion of food is because they're allergic to some kind of food. So it's like कि हमें कुछ सूट नहीं कर रहा है, बार बार हम खाते हैं, हमारा पेट दर्द करता है. So every time that is offered to you, you become averse. Once if you have puked or you've had a bad day, if you had chola, you would never want to see the chola's face for a long time, right? So that's
Oh,
called food
yeah.
aversion.
Hmm.
So it's most likely food aversion, and especially children who become very fussy eaters are the ones जिनका बहुत जल्दी solids introduce करवा लिए, like premature solid introduction. Like if you haven't, so that could be the reason.
Okay, I think she will DM you for this because she asked many questions regarding that. I remember there was a friend, I forgot her name, there was a mom blogger or a random person. She said, she kept asking me that, Aapka baby turn hua kya? It's 3 months. My baby is little lean. She's not moving her hands and all that. So I think the all kids are different.
Yes.
Either we should be so much concerned that we should not avoid these things, or maybe we should not compare with other kids कि उसने 4 months में कर लिया है, maybe मैंने अब तक 5th month में नहीं किया है. So I guess maybe
Definitely.
they should concern.
Yes, because it's like some are oranges, some are apples, some are, some other fruits. So there is no comparison. Like, you can't compare an orange to an apple, that why is orange so orange and apple so red.
Yeah, yeah.
Similarly, all children are very different. And comparing children to each other is a crime. All you have to do is, yes, there is a lot of guidelines which tells you, that the children should have reached some milestones. Some are important to be reached within the range. Some children take their own time, like especially talking, walking. These things every child has taken. Any, the range is really, really broad. It can vary. Like, my child spoke the first word when he was 4 months old, which was very early. And my niece, she is 1.5, and she hasn't yet started talking. But my
Oh
child
my
started.
God.
Yeah.
This is a miracle.
But he didn't walk till he was 1.5 years old. Like, he didn't
We
take
should
his
not
first
compare.
step till then. So that's absolutely okay. There is no comparison. Some children are naturally good with something. For something, they need that extra effort. So please, no comparison. That is a crime.
Okay, Arshi, why baby avoid or pushes the breast? I think because of the problems they face, maybe the speed of the milk and maybe
Yeah.
the tummy ache. The same question it can be, right? Because
Correct.
my baby does this. So
Yes.
that time I have to take her on my shoulder. I have to rub her back. I have to play music. Then first I calm her, then I feed her.
Perfect. That's a great way to do it. And you're doing like the
Yes,
spot
I
on.
know. Wait. Next, why baby never latches even without tongue tie? I think
No,
it's normal.
yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
again, skin to skin contact should be a go-to tool as to why.
Okay.
Yeah.
If the baby can cut the nipple during feeding, then what to do?
It's the
I
latch
know.
problem. Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, there's a Mama Earth's nipple sore cream, which is very effective because it worked. I cried so many times in my initially 40 days. So yeah, I'll text Kavya to you. Okay, just DM me. And anything you want to know
No, so it's
about
basically
me,
the
I'll
latch.
tell you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the latch. I mean, the technical part, once it's cut, you must use, whatever Ekta is prescribing. But the reason for cut is that the latch is shallow. So if the latch is deep, then the child can't bite because the tongue takes over. So make sure that the latch is correct, and then you should not see any problems.
Okay, my baby is of weighing 1.9 and today he is 15 years old. Should I give him formula feed after breastfeeding or BF is enough? Breastfeeding is enough.
15 years old.
15 days, sorry, baby. 15 days old.
I was like, so my baby is 15 days old and he's not gaining enough. Is that what
Yeah, I didn't get the point, Arshi. My baby is of LBW weighing 1.9. So I'm not able to understand the LBW precisely.
LBW is BLW is baby led weaning, but I don't know what is LBW. Let's say, oh,
Yeah,
low
please tell
birth
me
weight.
again.
Low birth
Yeah.
weight, low birth weight, sorry.
Okay, low birth
W is,
weight.
yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's very less then.
So he is a low birth weight baby, so that's okay because he's probably born early and for whatever reason. But now, yes, you must focus on giving formula. So if your baby is not directly latching, because 1.9 at 1.9 child can't mostly take the direct feeds, but you should focus on pumping and feeding the child. Because breast milk will be easiest for the child to digest and will help in gaining weight more than the top feed.
Okay, keep trying. Either try bottle or try the spoon thing they use for
Yes,
newborn. But
definitely.
your milk.
Yes,
Try
definitely.
first your milk, then you can give. Formula you can also give, but prefer your milk on
Yes,
first point. Okay.
definitely.
Does lactation causes constipation? How to deal with it?
No, lactation doesn't cause constipation. Any new mother is anyway prone to constipation because of the pressure of the uterus. Like, as the uterus increases in the 9th month, it puts pressure on the other organs. And so it's nothing to do with lactation. Just include a lot of roughage in your diet and you are good to go.
Yeah, I think when a mother on breastfeeding, like when she's giving breastfeed to child, she should focus on having plenty of water, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
Hide well, eat right kind of fruits and
Shweta?
vegetables. Yeah.
Hmm.
So balanced diet should help you. It's nothing to do with lactation directly.
Or there's nothing you can't eat or drink juices or fruits or something. So the drink stuff is good for constipation thing, right?
Yes, yes, yes. But direct food consumption is better than a juice because it has
Okay.
fiber and roughage. So have a whole food, a whole fruit than having the juice, because fiber is what we need for constipation.
So
So have a lot of fiber.
we can focus on
Yes,
fruits for this.
fruits, salads, loki, gourd, like bottle gourd. These are all light vegetables which will help in your constipation.
Okay, great then. Oh my God, the main question. No baby and no mama are the same. 4 months. Okay. Someone advised me to start with liquid apple juice, dal pani. From fifth month, should we start? Yeah, I have heard the same.
No. So the general guideline is that not until the child completes 6 months. If for some reason the child is on top feed or not gaining well, then the doctor prescribes to start at fifth month. So the rule is that you can't decide it. You have to allow the doctor to decide. Otherwise, until unless the child completes 6 months, it's an absolute no to start solids.
But Arshi, someone said to me that don't avoid 5.5 month stage. If you start giving anything like solid or something liquid rather than your breastfeed, the baby will start eating good. If you will give in 6 months, the baby will not eat well.
It's the other way
So
around.
I thought I will do, and I asked doctor. So he said, "Ki only come to me. Don't try your stuff."
Yes, yes. So it's only if it's the other way around, because as I said, the gut is immature. So if they've eaten something which is not suited them, then they start becoming averse to solids. So fussy eaters are because of that. Because आपने उनको जल्दी खाना दिया जो digest नहीं हुआ, and it caused lot of issues or gas.
Yeah,
So then
exactly.
every
They are
time
not. We go sleep as I put him to breastfeed. What to do?
a baby sleeps, so
Yeah.
that's again an indicator of insufficient milk transfer. Because जब बच्चों में it's like अगर गाड़ी में पेट्रोल नहीं है तो वो चलेगी कैसे, so make sure you're feeding the child enough, because if the child is not fed well, as a survival instinct, they shut off their functions, they start sleeping more. So it's their natural survival instinct.
So just tap a little on their back, just to wake them
Yes,
up
you have to
again, and
stimulate them. Yeah, wake them
yeah, and
up.
hold the breast and see that they are having enough milk. The posture matters, right?
Yes, yes, yes,
Yes,
that's
and
right.
great.
You've done your research really well.
No, 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 no. I'm a mother of two notes, so I got to know everything. Low, okay. My baby goes, okay, done. Can we eat bread while breastfeeding? Sometimes maida is okay.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, because I'm too
Sometimes.
having. Yeah, maida everywhere is little maida, and you will see the wheat. Everything is here. Okay. Okay, ma'am. I have got Pigeon manual pump, and I'm pumping 2 times a day, but only the morning production is high. Then the whole day is it less? I'm not getting your point. Okay, ma'am. I have got Pigeon manual pump. Okay, and I'm pumping 2 times a day, but only the morning production is high. Then the whole day it is less. Yeah.
Okay, I think she just, so basically, if you're just pumping, it can't be just 2 times a day. It has to be at least 8 to 12 times a day. And as I said, morning productions are generally high.
The
So
lady
that's,
who asked for the lumps, na Arushi, she's asking that.
so not just 2 times a day, you have to keep pumping till the lumps are gone. So, like probably spaced it in every 2 to 3 hours.
As I remember, wherever you're having lumps, just put something hot water, something, you know,
Yes.
then pump it
Hot
out,
compression.
or just wash from little hot water.
Hot towel, yeah. So you can use like a hot towel on
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
It
towel.
helps in help in easing of the milk release. But milk निकालने के लिए सिर्फ 2 बार नहीं, you have to do it multiple times. Otherwise, you won't see the result.
Great. Okay, so all questions are done now. They cleared all their point. So, like, you can ask me anything because I'm a mommy of two.
Oh, but yeah, I mean, your son is so cute, and now he's also
Oh,
part of all the little activities which you do. So I just want to know how into he is also, because he's also become very camera friendly, right? Like for him, it's no big deal when you're shooting him.
yeah, practice makes man perfect. That's the point. Okay, there's one question. My baby feeding pattern is like feed only 5-7 minutes, then sleep, then again wake up after 10-15 minutes, start crying, repeat this. I want to know what her or his age, right? Because
Yeah,
that time, that age
that makes
matters.
a lot of difference. Yes, yes, yes.
Let us say. Okay, amazing sessions. Thank you. Good sessions. Thank you. Thank you, Ashika. Okay, I have itching issues on breast during feeding. Any suggestions?
Just matlab, hydrate it well because of the weather also. Normally the skin gets itched and the breast size increase in the beginning. That's why also it is. So just
And then
apply
it
some sort of,
decreases. Then
yeah,
the both
yeah,
time, I guess, no?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Maybe
So
they can apply coconut water, but not on nipples while feeding baby. But they can apply.
coconut oil, not water. Coconut
No?
oil.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Water. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
coconut
having a
oil
lot
is
of
very
water now,
good.
so it came out.
No, no problem. Yes.
Done. So Lavika is saying Arushi is 6 weeks old. So I think it happens, I guess, right?
Yeah,
My
if the
baby
baby
feeding
is
pattern.
gaining well, yeah. If the baby is gaining well and he's active, then duration does not make a difference, and it's okay.
But don't you think that baby's drinking duration is less and sleeping duration is very less? Like 10 to 15 minutes, then mom will be get tired now. So
So
is there anything?
with age, the sucking becomes so good that then the number of the duration goes down. You know.
Maybe this is the time for 2 months, and then
Yeah.
it will the sleep time will increase.
Yes, it should. It should. Then over a period, it should get better. This is all age related. It will get better with time.
Okay, same problem even I'm facing, by which okay, she's facing. My baby is 15 days old, and same. The duration is less, the sleeping duration is less. Actually, I want to say something on that. Okay, so baby is not able to full her tummy, his tummy. So just wake her or wake him up and feed her more, like take more duration time. Feed her at least 10 to 15 minutes, as I know, and then burp and then make her him sleep. The sleeping duration will increase, right?
Yes, that's it. That's spot on. Very well said.
Neha, thank you. Okay, that's all. They are done.
Great.
We are so lucky that our baby is not crying and calling us. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was just hoping that the session went on peacefully, though the start was a little rocky, but eventually it all went well. And thank you so much for all your time and patience. It's so good
Actually,
to
one
be
more question.
yeah.
Okay, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and also I don't understand either my milk supply is low or his tummy not filled properly. Even
Why? Yeah.
the by same thing that baby should increase a bit, increase you on, you can also increase, you also have to increase your baby's duration time.
Huh.
I think the supply will automatically okay, the lactation will automatically okay as much as baby will lact, right?
Yeah. Jitna lenga, मतलब demand and supply, the more the child takes, the more the body will make. That's the
Hmm.
thumb rule to it.
Okay, can the pumped milk or a single day can be mixed? No, it can't. My nipples are not properly formed, so I'm using nipple shield, which the help of shield my baby is able to suck properly and he is on complete breastfeed. Okay, great. Is that harmful or have any side effects?
No, it's okay, but eventually with time you have to wean the baby off the nipple because there is no longevity. But you can take your own time to wean the baby off. And secondly, just make sure that the baby is removing enough milk. So that's all what's important. Nothing else.
Okay. My baby refuses to removed from breast and is only full when I gave him formula.
We will dig more deep, but it's mostly your psychological thing because formula you can see and breast milk you can't see. So when you're giving formula, you feel
Mm.
satisfied. Acha, itna to le liya. But with breast milk, you
Yeah.
don't know how much milk the child is taking. So it's more of a psychological thing than actually being a fact.
Just feed in short period again and again.
Yes.
Initially, at least. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. How do we come to know whether the baby is colic and giving the colic drop is okay?
So the general rule is that the baby is crying for continuously 3 hours for 3 days in a week. You know, So that is a sign of being colic. So that generally the doctor only says. So don't judge yourself, because normally all children are gassy. So if the child is very gassy, that does not mean that they're colicky. Colicky and gassy are very two different things. And let your doctor decide that if the baby is colicky or not.
So the colic drops is okay? She's asking that.
Again, your pediatrician's advice. I can't advise on this platform because I need more
Because
details.
of the duration and times, we don't know, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Since 3-4 days, my baby is crying every day in the night and keep taking feed often. The sleeps after 3-4 hours of crying, and sleeps after 3-4 hours of crying.
I mean, we need to know why, because it's unusual, and if the child is
Every day
not crying,
night.
yeah.
Okay, specifically she's focusing on night. Like babies cries in night.
So generally, the rule is that children tend to get fussy towards the evening because they're very like they're overstimulated through the day. Because as they grow, they're suddenly interested in everything around them. So they are, the smallest things like get their attention. So I would suggest that if they're too cranky, try to feed the baby in a quiet environment, in a calm environment where there is less of noise and less of stimulation. That should help.
Okay, great. Okay, thank you, Lavika. Very good sessions. They are saying thank you to you and me. Oh, thanks. Great. So, okay, Arshi, there's no more questions now. So,
Yeah.
let's end it.
Yes, thank you so much for this opportunity. It was so lovely to know you, and I think motherhood is so great because you just connect immediately, because most of the problems are just the same. So you're like,
Yeah,
ha ha ha, I've also been there, it's okay. So even though we don't know each other personally, but that connection with every mother is
yeah,
just so
true.
instant, and it's like been there, done that kind of a feeling. So yeah.
Okay, Arshi, there's last question. Uh, okay. Actually, doctor have said to feed my baby once in 2 hours, but sometimes baby sleeps for more than 2 hours and refuses when I feed him. In between his sleep, should I wake him up and give?
If the doctor has said for 2 hours, there has to be some reason, then you should. But again, then I need more history to be able to guide perfectly. But I would suggest for now, go with what the doctor is advising.
Okay, my husband has a question. He's saying since 3 days my baby is not sleeping properly. What should I do? Actually, my baby's he's just reminding me that yeah, she's waking up in just short time, 1.5 hour or something. So he's asking that question.
See.
She's 4 months old. Yeah, she completed.
Yeah. So I think when children enter the teething phase, and they need comfort feeding, because sucking at the breast is comforting for the gums.
Okay, Arshi, I think the connection is poor. I'm not able to see you.
Even your video is.
Actually, my husband has a question. As it's very warm and my wife don't wanna turn on the AC.
So as it's warm, my wife
Like
doesn't.
in night time, we feel like humidity in the room, and my husband's like just turn on the AC, the temperature, make the temperature set. Then I feel like yeah, we बहुत छोटी है for AC. So what do you think?
No, no, no. So the children, they are also humans. They just, so if we feel cold X, they would need one layer extra. So please, you don't have to keep them in like them vacuum and in warm and cold. On the contrary, so if it is hot, you must use the temperature. The guideline which my doctor gave and which I follow is कि अगर आपको चद्दर ओढ़ने की जरूरत पड़ रही, that means it's really chilly. Like because we have a habit to make the temperatures really low and then snuggle in our blankets, right? So that's not right for the child, because the children don't use blankets and they inhale the cold air. But otherwise, it has to be a pleasant and a comfortable environment for the baby.
Great. Okay, Ashir, there's some connection problem as well. So
Yeah.
I'm not able to see you. Let's say bye. because it's been one
Okay.
hour and we just didn't realize.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah,
Thank
it
you so
was.
much for this opportunity and wishing you all the luck in your motherhood journey. You're doing so well. You're such an inspiration for a working mother who's
Oh my God.
balancing both children and mother so well. And the best part is you're making them part of your journey, which I just love about it. Like, I love to see your children on all your reels and all your videos and all your
Thank
posts.
you.
So,
Okay, there are many questions are coming up. So guys, you can DM Arushri. I just tagged her in my latest live session in invite, so you can just directly DM or you can DM me. So there are many questions, Arushri, you can answer later, I guess, because the connection is
perfect,
very poor.
perfect, perfect. We'll do that. So,
Okay?
thank you, everybody. All
Okay,
bye
good.
bye from my
Thank you,
side.
guys.
And thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye. I'm not good.